Hey everybody, welcome back. Back on Waxwing as you saw last week, thank God. So happy out, sleeping well, sleeping great. It's beautiful. The fine weather was warming up my bones after a cold winter in Ireland. I have the mainsail on, the staysail on. All the running rigging is back on. It feels so good to be back. It's so good to be looking after Waxwing again. She always looks after me. And so it begins. The never-ending mess. But I must admit, I am happy. Happy. Look at the blue sky. So I got all the running rigging back on. I'm just doing the staysail now. And then the Genoa, have the mainsail done. I just can't help it. The minute I get back, I have to be flat out. And I suppose I have a bit of time, but not a pile of time. It just looks so close to the mast tops of the marina. I had to film it. It flew over a good few times in the last few days. It's so nice to be back working on Waxwing and working through my jobs list. The big one this morning I wanted to do, it's a nice morning, was to go down underneath the boat and check my propeller, check my anodes, which need changing, but that's normal. The anti-foul I got from CJet I'm over the moon with. It's still spotless after 7 months, I think. So that's great. I'll reapply that when I get back to Ireland as well. Beautiful morning for all this. So right at the bottom of my tank, my diesel tank, I have a tap. It's just there. And I have a pipe that runs off that. And I can run off as much diesel as I want out of the bottom of the tank. I'm a bit of a diesel nerd. But the last thing you want crossing a shipping lane or something when I'm sailing back to Ireland is dirty diesel. So I had the diesel tanks full to the brim before I left to stop condensation. I also had a diesel additive, Marine 16 in the tank to stop the growth. So I normally run off 1 or 2 litres or until I see it run clean. I'll show you the result. That's the first one that came out, and that's the second one. Now you can see the end of that. So it's no harm. You waste a couple of litres of diesel, but this one then has come clean. But it's cleaner at the top, you can see, than at the bottom. So I'm gonna run off just one more, and that'll be another job ticked off. My friends Curtis and Kate on Sailing Sweet Ruka, when we were in Tenerife, we met up there, and they had a nice system planned to build in a diesel polisher into the tank where it will just circulate all the time through its own filter. That's a good idea, and it's something I'd look into in the future myself. So here's the third one I took out. Perfect. So that's so clean I'll actually pour that back into the tank. Beautiful. Can't beat a bit of maintenance. Weather different here today. Okay, I got my washing done. So it's inside jobs today anyway, which is no harm. The place is a mess. I gotta start sorting through stuff, and so I started with the essentials. I cleaned the loo, and I have a huge list of stuff to go through, sort out, and you know, it's a big enough voyage back to Ireland. I suppose you want everything right. You don't want stuff falling around the place, and so I kind of take, as the days are good, I'd work outside, and if it was raining this morning, it's quite windy, so that's why I'm inside today. So it's nice to start ticking things off the list as well, you know. So it started raining again, so I decided to do a bit of homework. Took out the laptop. I love my navionics on the well, that's predict wind and that, but I have navionics on the Raymarine and on both my iPads. But I like OpenCPN for passage planning. You know, it's just I don't know. It's just I kind of got used to it. So I was putting in 2 routes just for the fun. Back to Ireland. So like if I could go direct, which would be highly unlikely with all the north winds along the coast, it's 1,000 miles. If I was to go out and catch wind of the Azores High, it's 1,600 nautical miles. So it's not a huge difference, and I'd be out of all the shipping as well. So I probably will. I was half tempted to go to the Azores, but we'll see what happens. But you can see what the weather situation is. I mean, it's, you know, it's still fairly messed up. It's early, but it's no harm to be making some bit of a plan for going home anyway, and it's good to get a day down where once I start I can't stop. So once I start pulling sail bags out and toolboxes, and that's kind of I forget about everything else. So it's nice to just sit down and have a cup of coffee, a smoke or whatever, and just start planning and looking at the routes, and just watch the weather and see what the patterns are doing for now. But I mean, as I said, it's still early. It's 4-6 here today, believe it or not. For the Algarve, that's quite a lot. But it's still only the 1st or 2nd of March, I think so. Anyway, that's what I'd be doing when I'd be on my downtime. Good morning from Waxwing. Beautiful morning here. I woke up this morning. Luckily, I'm healthy. I'm healthy as a trout, thank God. I woke up this morning and I had a bit of a pain in my lower back, just from, I probably pulled something yesterday, lifting sail bags and winching and this and that and carrying and shifting gear around the boat and trying to get everything ready for the sail back to Ireland. So before I left Ireland, I had got quite a comprehensive medical kit, including everything that you could think of that I needed. A good friend of mine, John Holland, and his wife Pearl gave me a lovely medical kit that he told me I had to bring back intact, unused. So in the hope that I wouldn't need it, obviously. So this morning I went through that, and I actually rang John, and he told me get a heat pack and put it on my back, and you know, things like that. And while I was doing that, I thought it'd be a great idea to show you what I carry. It might be of interest or not, I don't know, but or it might be important for other people to see what I have on board. Also, I can't go through everything, but if you think of anything that I don't have or that you think is essential, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. And I'll show you now what I have. And as I said, like, you know, I carry an awful lot of stuff, but hopefully I'll never need to use it. But it's more important to have this stuff on board. Like, I suppose, like if you got a kidney infection or a chest infection, or worst case scenario, if you had to stitch yourself, if you got a bad gash on your leg or your arm, you want to give yourself every chance and opportunity, even if it just gets you to shore. You might be 1,000 miles out, or I don't know. So I thought it might be just interesting to show you what I have. So I actually have 4 boxes. The first one is just my, you know, your everyday first aid kit. It's got everything from sticking plasters, because I'm constantly using them at sea. The waterproof ones are great as well. I take vitamins every day. stuff like that. Diorolite for rehydration, stuff that you go to every day. Seasick tablets in case you had to get in a life rafter. Well, they'd be in my grab bag actually. I must put them out. Stuff like that. So that's just a basic that you go to every day. These other boxes would be, you know, tucked away safely until, well, hopefully you don't need them. So this is the kit my friend John Holland and his wife Pearl made up for me. And that's it, you know, suture kits for stitching myself. I don't really want to do that, but I did practice before I left. Burn dressings, heat packs, glue stitches, you name it. Anything in there, like for wound dressings and all that. Here's my own favourite piece of kit. I mean, this is the old-fashioned hot water bottle. I actually gave one of those to my friend Kate and Curtis on Sailing Sweet Ruka, because they were going down Cape Horn, and you can bring them to bed. They're fantastic to keep you warm in bed, but also as a heat pack to put on you. Like for today, I hurt my back, so I'll put that on my back while I'm sitting down and emailing and stuff. This is a more serious one. It's got everything from painkillers to anti-inflammatories. You can see paracetamol. All this stuff, kind of like antacids. I haven't even ever used that, thank God. I don't like taking tablets if I don't have to. This one is this is all prescribed medicine for me. Anti-inflammatories, antibiotics, for all different. They're all written on it because they're prescribed. So for like I say, if you got a tooth infection, a kidney infection, a chest cold, hopefully you don't use them. But I just thought I'd show you what I have. So it's a pretty good kit. And before I left Ireland, there was a lot of people, a lot of friends were giving me advice and different bits and giving me different pieces. You know, simple things that you might not think of. Stomach tablets in case you got food poisoning, or tablets in case you had toilet issues. I won't go into detail with that, but you know what I mean. So a lot of friends were giving me lots of different stuff. So like as I said, you hope you don't have to use any of these, but definitely worth keeping on board. Essential to keep on board. They're not much size. They're very little weight. And I just thought it'd be interesting to show you that. It's just another side. I don't know why I never thought of showing you that before. It's just another side of the trip that could be interesting. And as I say, if anybody sees anything or thinks of anything that I don't have, I'd love to hear. So that's a peep into the medical side of the solo non-stop circumnavigation. So fill up the bottle, not with boiling water, but with hot water. That kettle is boiled a good while ago, but I'll put that on my back now, as John, my friend, said. He's a physiotherapist as well. So that'll be nice now, a bit of heat on my back. And he told me then do a few exercises, stretching, to build up the core muscles and just kind of loosen out the back a little bit. And as we get older, I suppose we need to mind ourselves and to stretch more and work on our core muscles. So as I always say, every day is a new day at school, and you're learning all the time. So I like that too. So I'm sitting down now with the hot bottle on my back, and I'm gonna do a bit of work here at the chart table. I have a few emails to send and stuff like that, and I let the heat on it, and then do what I'm told and do a few he told me very light exercises, just slightly moving it once it's heated, and take it easy then today. No pulling and dragging and moving boxes and lifting hydrovanes and so that's it for the medical side of things on board Waxwing today. So I did my back exercises and rested my back a lot today, so I was just reading through a few emails, and it's funny when you're trying to prepare for a big trip like this. You got a lot of emails, and you're hoping people will come on board as a sponsor, and you hope the GoFundMe will work, and I just had great news. A company in Ireland called SuperValue in Kilrush, where I'll be sailing back to, have just emailed me to say that they're going to sponsor all my food for the trip. So that's huge news. That's brilliant news. So I'm sitting in the cockpit having a coffee, celebrating. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Lovely day here. bit windy, but beautiful sun trap. The way I'm facing here, you're just facing the sun, so it's a lovely place to sit and relax, and definitely to get good news like that. So a massive thank you to Super Value in Kilrush. I can't wait to get back to Kilrush now when I sail back to Ireland, and call up to see them and work out what I need. I still have a good bit on board, obviously, so they supplied all my food last year as well, so I can go through what I have and itemize everything and see what I need. But such a lovely, generous thing to do, and a massive thank you to them. So that's about it for this week. I'm still working away and everything and going through the lists of what I need, and when I get back, I'd like to fit a hydro generator on the back of the boat, one of the Watt & See ones, just for that extra power. Might change the batteries, I'm not sure, but it's nice to just go through the list of stuff I want on a day when I'm not kind of meant to be doing too much. So I'm still doing stuff without moving, so that's good. So wishing everyone a safe and a great weekend, wishing you all well, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do, it all helps. And if you want any more details, you can go on my website, peterlawlessSoloSailor.com, and all my information is there, my route. Oh yeah, and I just emailed PredictWind. My live tracker will be up and running for when I'm sailing back to Ireland, so everyone can see my wind and my weather and where I am and my position. So thanks for watching, and have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.